I sat down the other day and realized I haven't made many videos about what I've done with these Apple II computers. So I guess this is probably kind of a today I learned video, and I'll have a little bit about what I've done with some of these Apple II machines. In this particular case, it is running one of them, this one, as a serial terminal off a SPARC box sitting down below, running Solaris 2.5.1. Need to get it up to Solaris 8, I think, or at least have another option for Solaris 8, but right now that's what it is. This is an Apple IIe, non-enhanced, just plain old E. I have recently acquired a floppy EMU for it, and it has an A2 DVI card with the HDMI coming out to this monitor right here. I can capture that, show the screen. I'm in a different part of the house. This is actually my upstairs. I'm actually out of room, kind of in the basement lab for machines this big. You know, that's my one complaint about the Apple II is they're kind of large. But having the card slots is really, really freaking handy. I can see why people absolutely love these computers when they came out back in the day. I've really come to adore them. This is one of the 6 that I got at VCF back in September, VCF Midwest. 3 machines I have working. I have 2 of these 2Es working, and I have a 2 Plus over here working. This 2E is kind of becoming my daily driver, with the exception of needing a number 4 keycap, which I'm working on. The machine is actually a really nice, decent machine. It works. I did all the repairs on the keyboard, which there were significant, many repairs, and it was trashed, dirty, beyond recognition. I should throw up a picture here if I can. You know, if I edit this, this might just be stream of consciousness. But it was just a disaster inside. So in this case, I have the floppy EMU connected to the I/O card that is in the 2E. It's not the Disk 2 card. It's the newer I/O card that I believe came with these computers. The A2 DVI, and there's a super serial card in here that I have set up, connected over with a flat ribbon cable right now to the Sun SPARC port, the serial port. 4.3 monitor off Amazon for like $70. It's not bad. Overscan, it's annoying, but hey, whatever. So I'm going to walk through how I set it up, and so if you want to run a serial console off an Apple II, off some type of other machine, I've seen examples for Linux, but I'm going retro here and running it off a SPARC 20. If I had real floppies, I would. I'll also walk through how I set up the super serial card, the hardware in here, and the switches in the manual. I read the manual, great manual. I'll kind of go through what I learned there. And then Modem Manager, where I got it, how I set it up off the floppy, and how it works. But a quick little demo, we can clear the screen. There's a banner. Let's do a print ENV. There's the ENV. Clear the screen. Yep, there's Modem Manager. But, oops. That's what it looks like. Next up, I will go through the physical card inside of here, how the switches are set, along with the settings in the manual for it, and we'll do that next. Alright, machine is off, opened up, and here is the super serial card and the settings that I have on it. Let's see if I can get it up close. I don't know if the phone will actually go in, but you can see switch 1 and switch 2. I have the modem or terminal jumper block set to modem right now, and I have that because it's basically a DTE to DTE port, and I didn't want to have to use a null modem adapter. Best as I can tell, this just flips it from DTE to DCE, and send and receive pair go back and forth. Switch blocks here I have set up in a particular manual, according to the manual, which I'll go through. Switch 1 is, I'll tell you, it's number 1 through 7. Off, off, off. On, on. Switch 2, on, off. On, off, off. And that is how they are set. So I'm going to flip over to the manual now. Oh, by the way, it's in slot 2 of the machine. To install it, make those switch settings, pop in the little 9 to 25, and into slot 2 it goes. And the top goes on. As I said earlier, I'm using just a flat ribbon cable for right now, short one. If you need either a gender changer, or as I also mentioned, a null modem, I do not need it because I have it set to modem on there. If you have it set to terminal, you need a null modem to go from a DTE to DTE port. Grab my coffee, flip over here, and go on the manual. So here's the manual online. Where did I find it? I Googled for Apple II Super Serial Card PDF, and from Apple Logic I found the manual. And here it is. The beginning part of it goes through essentially what I just did, how to install it. So we're going to set it in communications mode, and first thing we do is these two switches right here, we set to on to put it in communication mode. Here's some commonly used settings for some examples. First thing, let's set the baud rate. So in my case, I'm doing 9600. So you can see the switches here. Switch 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's actually switch 1, 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9600. I'm going off, 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 on. Data format and parity. I am 8 none 1. Parity bits none. So we got switch 2, 2, doesn't matter, and on. So stop bits 1, I got that turned on. So we've got 8 none 1 here. So data bits 8, 2, 2 on, none. This one doesn't matter. 2, 4 on, and 2, 1 on. So there is 8 none 1. In the case of generate line feed, I'm not going to do that. To do this for the switches, special switches, I am on a 2E. So I think I can use this. Controls forwarding of apples. It says the 2 and 2 plus do not handle interrupts, set 2, 6 off, but I'm in a 2E, so I bet I could turn it on. I just don't know what it does. And as mentioned in the very beginning, the communications modes 1.7 and 2.7. Oh, sorry, forgive me. Yeah, set that one and that one. That's different from the beginning. So those two are set. And the next thing we got to do, we connect up the cables. That's the physical settings. The next up, I will set up Modem Manager. So for that one, did a search and it came up apple2.org.za, and Modem Manager right here. We got a DOS 3.3 version and a Pro DOS version. I just grabbed both. Those two disk images I copied over to the SD card on my floppy EMU. And the first one I am going to boot to inside of there is the, I think it's called the inst disk. Yes, that's it, the installation disk. So if we look, let's find it here. Modem Manager. Yep, we got 3 disk image. Inst, util, and work. The work is the one you're going to need ongoing. Inst is the first one we're going to start with, so I will put that on the Apple II and boot that up so we can see the screen to set up Modem Manager. Annoying how this this screen does not remember its HDMI setting. It always goes back to VGA. This is set up to boot different, so let's eject that disk and let's put in the install disk. So there's inst. Reboot it. Let's make sure this is shared. There we go. This is the inst disk from Modem Manager. mmgr dos inst.dsk. Insert work disk. Okay. So eject, put in the work disk, press return. I'm going to bet it's going to load my existing one from my work disk that I've already set up, which is fine. We can show how it was set up from here anyways, and then save it and run it. Now we got to go back to the install disk, so back, inst, return. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's show current drivers, 6. Yep, there we go. I am on a 2E. My video is 2E because that's what I have, 80 column, super serial card and modem. I put a generic smart modem 2400 in. And that's what you want to do. So you go through here and you install video driver and install modem driver. I do not have, I'm not doing a printer on here, and I don't have a clock on there. If you want to change keyboard mappings, you can here. In my case, this is how it is set up. If you want to mimic that, and then at the very end, and save new. I could just quit here, but what you're going to do is save new. And what it's going to do is you need to find the work disk, and it's going to save a program to the work disk that you will boot to in the future. It's probably really slow, or a physical floppy. It's even a little slow on here. There we go. Quit. I have the work disk on there. Let's restart it. Control open Apple reset. Come on. Booty. Actually, the booty card's on the way. Haha, bad joke. Alright, it takes a second. Alright, here we go. And there's your help screen. If you hit escape question mark, you get that. Escape / clears. So what you'll notice is you can change some of these things in software here, which I don't know if it works, doesn't work. I set them up, and let's look at status. Oops, capital. Here's what I have. I have the buffer off right now. Auto save printer off, emulation off. Full duplex is enabled, and X on X off enabled, and it's set to 9600 baud. So if I go look at settings, let's go modem baud rate, escape M. I am right now set to N9600. Emulation on, off. This is where I am kind of not clear on what works, what doesn't work yet. But as you can see, let's do this. There's banner. Let's actually boot this machine. There we go. I haven't figured out if ANSI works or doesn't work, or how to mess around with emulation, but here's your console on an Apple II. So leave the work disk inside of there, and you should be good to go. That's it. Modem Manager over a Super Serial card in an Apple II. Go into a SPARC 20 serial console port. There you go. That's it. Enjoy. Laters.